Welcome back to Luxo-Life, where we uncover the secrets behind the wealth gap. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the wealthy, uncovering the precise strategies they employ to increase their riches. Brace yourself, because this video is all about raw honesty. If you're sensitive to truth bombs, you might want to exit now. Contrary to popular belief, the affluent aren't solely rich due to their political connections, deceitful schemes, or inherited wealth. No, it's much simpler than that. The secret lies within their profound understanding of two key principles. Stick around and prepare to discover what sets the wealthy apart. We totally get it. We understand that there are some individuals who became wealthy due to fortunate circumstances, like having affluent parents or winning the lottery. However, those cases are exceptions rather than the norm. The reason why the rich continue to accumulate wealth is because they possess a deep understanding of two crucial aspects: education and the system. Interestingly, when most people hear about these two things, they tend to interpret them quite differently from how wealthy individuals do. When the majority of people hear the word education, they immediately think of the traditional school system, where the goal is to obtain a good degree and secure a well-paying job. However, for the rich, that's not their primary focus. How many wealthy individuals actually attribute their wealth to having a good job or a prestigious degree? They aren't fixated on the conventional education system. They prioritize a different kind of education, an education centered around finances. Now, let's talk about the system. It's surprising how many people have absolutely no idea how our financial system works in the first place. If you don't understand the system, how can you possibly benefit from it? Wealthy people invest time and effort into comprehending the rules of the game so they can excel within the system. But here's a thought-provoking question. How did the rich manage to grow even richer during the pandemic? While most people weren't able to work and the economy came to a standstill, with the government focusing on helping the average person survive, how did the rich manage to amass even greater wealth? Well, it all boils down to their understanding of the system. Our system relies on spending, and both our government and central banks actively encourage this behavior to stimulate the economy. Who truly comprehends how the economy functions? Wealthy individuals do. They own a stake in the economy. Consequently, when people spend more money, the rich reap the benefits. Now, don't fret. You don't need to be a multimillionaire to take advantage of this. It's about grasping how the system operates. For several decades now, we've witnessed the persistent presence of inflation. Inflation occurs when more money is printed, causing the value of your currency to decrease. Inflation signifies economic growth and the expansion of our monetary system. Who gains from this? The rich, the financially educated. Who doesn't benefit? The poor, the middle class, and those lacking financial knowledge. Before 2020, most individuals had no clue about inflation. I personally walked around the streets across the country asking people about inflation, and the majority had no idea what it entailed. Inflation is often an unseen occurrence, like a flat tire you don't notice until it happens. However, it silently erodes the wealth of regular people, acting as a tax that makes them poorer. Simultaneously, inflation increases spending power because it expands the quantity of available dollars. For decades, the government and central banks have been working to increase the circulation of money. Most people don't even notice this happening. But what are the consequences? It creates more dollars, increasing people's ability to spend. It makes you feel good because now you can purchase more things. You experience satisfaction because you got a raise or received money from the government or elsewhere, enabling you to buy more goods. When you indulge in more spending, who benefits? The person selling the goods. Our system is specifically designed to foster increased spending year after year, and it's not just about any spending. It aims to encourage more and more spending with each passing year. And then we've got to couple that with education. Poor people work to pay their past bills, the middle class is working to buy nice things, and the rich and the wealthy are working to buy assets. These are completely different goals. Assets are the things that we buy that make money from the way the system works. When we go out and buy things, well, now we're fueling the system. When we're going out to pay our previous bills, well, now we're also fueling the system. This is where now we have three options. Option number 1 is we can shrug our shoulders and just ignore this. Option number 2 is we can kick, scream, cry, complain, be angry, and say we have to soak the rich. These are the two options that the majority of people will choose. Or we can pick option number 3, which is we can understand the way these two things work and use them to our advantage. And we'll reiterate this because the biggest problem most people have with this is that they think you have to be gifted, a millionaire, have access to a lot of money, and need these specialized resources and tools in order to do what the rich and wealthy are doing to profit from this. And this, when in reality, is not a tools issue, it's a mindset issue. We can start doing this with as little as $100, even as little as $10, and even in some instances, as little as $1. There's no reason why anybody cannot do this. Now, we know this makes a lot of people angry, but again, we're not here to make friends. We're here to help you learn. Part of this education is building that discipline to understand how we use our money when we get paid. Poor people, the middle class, and rich people use their money when they get paid very differently. And so now, if we want to become wealthy, the first thing that we have to do is understand, as soon as we get paid, what are we going to do with the money that we get? When we get paid, are we going to go out and buy a bunch of things? Are we going to use our cash to pay for all our previous purchases? Or are we going to use our cash to create more income for us in the future? If we want to become wealthy and do what the wealthy do, we have to use our cash as a tool today to create more income in the future. That means buying assets. What are some of these assets? We can explore stocks, real estate, businesses, startups, loans, and potentially alternative investments. When we invest in the stock market, we are buying into companies that have established themselves and are producing products. The government distributes $2,000 checks along with unemployment benefits to everyone, putting cash in people's pockets. And what do they do with that money? They spend it at Amazon, Lululemon, Walmart, Chipotle, Target, and other stores. Consequently, these corporations make substantial profits, benefiting their owners. The exciting part is that all these companies are publicly traded, meaning anyone can invest as little as $100 and own a share of these successful businesses. As others spend money at these companies, driving up their profits, we also reap the rewards. However, many people lose money in the stock market because they jump in without the proper education. They become emotional, panicking and selling at a loss, or getting greedy and engaging in margin trading without understanding the risks. To truly make money and build lasting wealth in the stock market, we must adopt a long-term investor mindset rather than a short-term trader mentality. Fortunately, there is a wealth of stock market education available on YouTube. We should take advantage of this valuable resource and gain the knowledge necessary to make informed decisions. Another avenue for generating income is real estate. Wealthy individuals often prioritize real estate ownership. However, our perception of real estate ownership may differ from that of the wealthy. While most people think of owning the home they live in, affluent individuals aim to own income-generating properties that they can rent out. Investing in real estate not only provides excellent tax benefits, but also serves as a hedge against inflation. Additionally, it generates consistent cash flow. This is why wealthy individuals strive to acquire such assets. It's important to note that while real estate prices can appreciate, they can also experience downturns, as exemplified by the 2008 crash. However, as long-term real estate investors, we can benefit from both rising property values and increasing rental prices by selecting desirable areas with growing demand and business opportunities. However, education plays a crucial role, as investing in real estate carries inherent risks. Blindly following random advice from a YouTube video is not recommended. You should always conduct thorough due diligence and make informed decisions. Furthermore, we can invest in our own businesses. This avenue has the potential for significant returns, but also comes with higher risks. Some of the wealthiest individuals in the world have attained their status through building successful businesses. Starting a business doesn't require substantial capital. We can begin with a few $100s. For instance, the minority mindset companies and related ventures were established with less than $500. Starting from scratch, we leveraged YouTube videos to fuel the growth of our businesses, including Briefs Media. Our free newsletters, market briefs for investors, and business briefs for entrepreneurs provide valuable information to make better financial and business decisions. Building businesses may seem daunting, but with access to free education on YouTube, supplemented by books and courses, we can progressively learn and develop our entrepreneurial skills. We need to start, make mistakes, and learn from them. Failure is part of the path to success, so perseverance is key. Investing in startups is another possibility. While watching Shark Tank, we may have dreamed of being investors ourselves. Today, we can invest in startups with as little as a couple of $100s through various crowdfunding platforms like Republic, Start Engine, and WeFunder. It's essential to recognize the high risk associated with this investment type, as the majority of startups fail. However, if we select a successful startup, the returns can be substantial and compensate for any losses. Due diligence is crucial, and we should conduct our research before making investment decisions. Lending money, similar to banks, is another option. Instead of owning an asset like stocks, real estate, or a business, we lend out our funds and receive a return. While this approach lacks asset ownership, it can still yield significant profits. However, lending comes with regulations, and thorough understanding is necessary. Many individuals have built successful careers in this field by focusing on lending. Finally, we have alternative investments. These are often more speculative in nature, although startups also fall into this category. Alternative investments encompass various opportunities, such as cryptocurrencies, collectibles like playing cards, and other unique ventures. However, it's important to limit the allocation of our portfolio to these speculative investments and view them as a source of enjoyment rather than a core investment strategy. Key to building wealth lies in prioritizing these income-generating assets over material possessions that give the illusion of wealth. It may seem ironic that the things making us appear rich are the ones preventing us from actually achieving wealth. To become truly affluent, we need to adopt a mindset that focuses on these income-producing assets, even if it means temporarily appearing financially constrained. By doing so and persevering through a decade of sacrifice, our assets will eventually generate enough cash flow to support our desired lifestyle. This financial freedom is achieved when the cash flow from our assets can fund our expenses, ensuring a sustainable and fulfilling life. Investing for cash flow allows us to enjoy our lives and purchase what we desire without constant financial worries. Cash flow fuels our ability to savor life's guacamole flow. While pursuing this path, we must understand that jealousy, complaints, and criticism are inevitable. The majority of people harbor insecurities that lead them to bring others down. Regardless of our actions, some individuals will always find reasons to dislike us. Therefore, it is better to give them a reason to talk by achieving exceptional success through understanding these investment opportunities. People may laugh when we drive a beat-up car, question our sacrifices, and fail to comprehend our choices. But the reality is, people will criticize us no matter what we do. Therefore, let's become extraordinarily successful, allowing our achievements to speak for themselves and providing ample material for discussion. And then, of course, we have the system. These two things go hand in hand, and this is understanding the way that a system runs. We live in a capitalist system. That means that there are two ways that we can make money. We can make money from our labor, or we can make money from our capital. And this is one of those things that we wish all of us were taught when we were in grade school because we had no idea. We didn't even hear the word capitalism until we think we were in college because we never understood what that concept was. We always thought that the only way that we can make money was by going to work and getting a paycheck. We didn't realize that we can invest our money and create cash flow. We didn't realize what an asset was. We didn't learn these things until we started reading books. But in a capitalist system, there are two ways that we can make money. We can make money from our labor, or we can make money from our capital. Wealthy people don't care about the labor income. They worry about their capital income because that labor income can go away if we break our leg, if we get sick, if we can't go to work, we don't get paid. Our capital doesn't need days off. Our capital doesn't need sick days. And our capital doesn't need time to go to the bathroom. It can work when we are not working. And this is what wealthy people are working for. Now, this requires sacrifice because now we have to sacrifice the income that we get from our labor. That way, we have capital to actually invest. But once we understand it, now we can use it to our advantage. And then, we can understand that our system runs on spending, and our government with the Federal Reserve Bank is going to continue producing inflation. They have been doing this forever, and they're going to continue doing this. And when they produce more inflation, again, it benefits the asset owners, but it disproportionately hurts the people who don't own assets. This is the fact of the way that our system works. We've been seeing it happen forever now, so we want to be able to benefit from the system, but the only way we can do that is if we own the assets. And the only way we can own the assets is if we sacrifice some of the income from our labor today. Now, if we want to invest more money, we're going to need more money. That means we can work harder at our jobs or create our own income. If we're not willing to start our own business or start our own side hustle, then we're going to have to do it through our own jobs or through our own careers to earn more money. There are a lot of different ways to do this. We can try to advance in our careers, get certificates, or get another degree. We can do something to earn more money, so we have more money to invest. This leaves our risk tolerance. The higher our risk, the higher potential return. That doesn't mean to go out and start trading, but the more we learn, the more involved we can be with our investments. There are different ways to invest in stocks. It can be a passive stock market investor where we just throw our money into ETFs, which is great for the vast majority of people, but some of us might want to be more involved. Right now, we're researching companies, we're listening to earnings calls, and we want to invest in undervalued companies. We can get much higher returns here, but we also have higher risks. Now, understanding how we can increase our return by increasing our risk, but also decreasing our probability of losing money by having the right financial education. The rich will continue to become richer because they understand these two things, and they will always continue to work to buy assets. They will always work to own more of the means of production because they understand the way the system works. They understand this, and then they use this income to buy more of these. It becomes a self-perpetuating, wealth-building spiral, and we have to get started somewhere. That means now, starting to get educated so we can use the system to our advantage. Thank you for tuning in to Luxo-Life, where we explore the strategies and insights to help you thrive in a capitalist world. Today, we delved into the fundamental concepts of making money in a system that operates on labor and capital. Understanding how wealth is generated is crucial for building a prosperous future. Now, we want to hear from you. How has your perception of money in the capitalist system evolved throughout your life? Have you started investing or taken steps towards owning assets? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Remember, knowledge is power, but it's action that leads to results. It's time to take control of your financial destiny. Start by educating yourself, whether it's through books, courses, or joining communities that share your goals. Embrace the idea of sacrificing a portion of your labor income today to build a foundation for tomorrow. Join us on this journey towards financial empowerment. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Luxo-Life. Together, we can unlock the secrets of wealth creation and leverage the system to our advantage. Let's embark on this path of financial freedom and prosperity. See you in the next video!